All right, world-class athlete, I'm so extremely fired up where in this video, you're gonna learn the 4 world's most advanced accelerated learning principles that by you just going through each of these 4 elements and assessing, are you doing them? How well are you doing them? You're gonna know exactly by the end of this video what it's gonna take for you to experience that skyrocket level of growth where every single time you step on the court, you're gonna feel so proud of yourself. You're gonna feel so confident because not only are you gonna know you're developing world-class technique, but you're gonna be doing that at the fastest rate possible. If there's one thing that I know you want, is you wanna be growing faster, you wanna be improving more, and you wanna be enjoying yourself along the journey all that more. So I'm so excited for this video where the first principle, and also while we're going through each of these 4 principles, I would highly encourage you to have out a pen and paper, some type of notebook, and just assess yourself 1 to 10. How effectively have I been doing each one of these 4 elements? And then by ensuring that you are doing them, it's gonna be a game changer for you. Okay, so step number 1 is what the world's most advanced and fastest learners use is they generate tremendous crystal clear levels of clarity. So 1 to 10 for you, how clear are you of exactly what it takes and what constitutes world-class forehand technique, world-class serve technique, slice, or backhand, or whichever stroke that you personally want to be working on the most right now. Now, that is why in this Transformation Week members area, we're gonna cover every single stroke at a high level, breaking down each of the frameworks associated with executing world class. So by going through those videos, you should be 10 out of 10, where you'll master for the forehand, for example, the 5-stage forehand framework, the unit turn, the backswing, 2-part acceleration, contact, and follow through, as well as then being provided with clear anatomical, biomechanical, and muscular checkpoints. The second accelerated learning concept that is gonna allow you to progress at an extraordinary pace is what's known as feedback. Now, there are 2 distinct types of feedback. There's what's known as what I call strategic feedback and immediate corrective feedback. Let's break those down real quick. So the first type of feedback, strategic feedback, that's where essentially you're gonna assess your technique at a high level and gain that strategic feedback. So 1 out of 10, how clear are you and how much feedback have you gained to know, let's say for example that you're seeking to master and develop world-class forehand technique. Have you gained the strategic feedback to know of the 5 phases, your unit turn, your backswing, your 2-part acceleration, contact, and follow through? Have you gained that clear feedback to know the exact anatomical motions for you to improve? Because ultimately all tennis is it's simply a series of kinesthetic motions, AKA anatomical motions that utilize biomechanical principles to allow you to generate the most powerful type of shot in the most strategically effective location. Basically, that's just a fancy way of saying tennis is just a bunch of anatomical motions, and if you learn about which one that you need to improve, that's the secret to actually performing at a world-class level. So that's the first type of feedback to gain. The second type of feedback, which is where most players struggle, which is why I'm so fired up to be serving you in this challenge, is what's known as direct immediate feedback. That is where essentially, if you're executing your forehand, right? And let's say that you tell yourself, okay, got it. So on my forehand, I need to make sure when I do my backswing that my racket is up and away at 530 and my arm is in line with my hip, just like that. Now, direct immediate feedback would look like this. You hit 3 shots, 1, 2, 3, and then immediately after you hit those shots, you instantly go back, you review your footage using the stroke analysis software that you've downloaded in Tools for Transformation Acceleration, and you review direct immediate feedback. Did you do it? Did you not do it? Now that will empower you to then know, got it, when I feel this way, my arm is here, or when I feel this way, my arm is there. Because I'm sure you've been there, at least I've experienced this with every single one of my students that's flown out to take lessons with me, which they are all blown away by how much progress they get, is when they hit their shot and they see their footage, they're like, that's what I was doing? It's absolutely crazy because so many players, they play for so long and they never realize that that was the actual technical thing that they were doing. So once you've mastered your strategic feedback and your corrective feedback, the third accelerated learning concept to master is what's known as generation. And generation is the most powerful accelerated learning principle. It's also the one that has had the most profound impact on my life personally. What generation does is it essentially is You don't have positivity, you generate positivity. You don't have world-class technique, you generate world-class technique. You're not in naturally great shape, you generate great shape. See, there is just a magic. There is just something so amazing in trying and giving your best, especially when you don't see it for yourself, or especially when it's so hard to even get yourself to believe that it's possible for you. Because what they found in accelerated learning research is that all learning is it's the acceleration in the myelination of distinct neurological pathways. Which basically what that means is that when you're learning something new, it's basically just the parts of your brain, the neurons, are formulating in a specific pattern. What they found is that if you want to accelerate that pattern formation, you've got to generate that pattern formation. And woo! I mean, once I figured that out, once that clicked in my life, everything transformed. I realized that I wasn't going to be a great online coach. I was going to have to generate it. I wasn't going to be good at speaking on videos. I was going to have to generate it. I wasn't going to have world-class technique. I was going to have to generate it. So how inspiring and profound is that for you, where if you might not be this player who really believes in your ability to execute world-class technique, now you know. I've just got to show up. I've got to consistently generate it, gaining higher levels of clarity and gaining that distinct feedback. And there's two different types of feedback. What are they? There's strategic feedback and immediate corrective feedback. That, by the way, is what the fourth and final principle of accelerated learning is, which is known as desirable difficulty. See, by me asking you, what did we just cover? It's something that's difficult for your brain, right? It's something that's a challenge. And what they found with accelerated learning research is that the more you're experiencing difficulty in whatever endeavor that you're seeking to improve at, the faster your learning is actually going to be. See, the mistake that most players make, the mistake that robs them ultimately of achieving world-class levels, is when they step on the court and let's say, for example, that their goal is, I want to hit with world-class forehands. Well, what they experience is, oh man, this is so hard. I feel like this is such a struggle. I guess, you know what, I'm not a natural tennis player. I guess, you know what, I'll never execute world-class technique. But see, the reality is what they didn't realize is it's in those exact moments where you find yourself struggling, where you find yourself not really believing or just feeling awkward or feeling like it's clumsy, like you're not gonna be able to figure it out. That is the moment of breakthrough. That is when you are actually progressing at the fastest possible rate, because the brain's sense of what's quick progress is actually, oh, I suck at this. So just remember, for the rest of your life, this has the power to completely transform your life, where when you are generating those desirable outcomes, when you're generating, got it, I want to hit with a world-class serve, I want to play with world-class technique, I want to be great at any skill, the more I feel it is difficult, the faster I am actually learning. And the more consistent you are, and the more you embrace that difficulty, and the longer you embrace that difficulty doing it, as well as gaining that immediate direct feedback, that's the secret to skyrocketing your progress and levels of growth. All right, world-class athlete, I hope there were some breakthrough insights here for you for the rest of your tennis career and any other skill you're trying to develop. Go through these 4 accelerated learning principles, rate yourself 1 out of 10, reevaluate. Was I gaining the feedback? Was I clear about what I was trying to achieve? Was I embracing generation? And was I loving desirable difficulty? It's my blessing and honor to be your coach in Transformation Week. I want to encourage you, get out on the court, think big, believe in yourself. It's in the magic of showing up that we experience and express the best of who we can possibly be. All right, world-class athlete, I'll see you in the next video.